We're good to go.
Jolly good. This is called Simply Nostalgia because it's a bit nostalgic. Because I sometimes nod off just a bit and dream of times gone by, you know. Time before the 50p piece and what 10 bob could buy. Time before the supermarket, before the laundrette. Time before the betting shop, you know, that's where you place your bet. Time before the British Concorde and before the Jumbo Jet. The Apollo was not thought of, nor the Sputnik yet. A time before the oil crisis, before North Sea gas was lit. A time before the television and Quatermass's pit. The motorways and ring roads had not been built by then. No yellow lines, no MOT, no parking meter men. A time before Mr. Edward Heath and Mr. Harold Wilson too, and before plastic bags, sliced bread and the tea bag brew. A time before myxomatosis, or the battery hen. No green stamps or VAT needed collection then. A time before the miniskirt, before the one-piece tight. With stockings one could glimpse that magic glass flash of white. A time illuminated by a gas lamp's light, of gasometers that fell by day to rise again at night. Of coke from up the gasworks, it was the only form of heat. You'd push it home in a pram up the cobbled street. Of trains spitting steam and chuffing chuff chuff chuff, and getting off the other end covered in sooty black stuff. On a time when England's glory averaged 52, and there was cold, shiny newspaper in the outside loo. Of travellers selling on the step clothes pegs made of wood, and a bonfire night and of the roasted spud. And I remember the Saturday matinee down at the Flicks, and the penny pop shop, and licorice sticks. Passing Cloud, Woodbines, Park Drive, Craven A. Bought in the packet of two if you got threepence to pay. Bread and butter pudding, oh yes, and bilberry pies. Oh, and I remember when Mars bars were nearly twice the size. Tram cars, the horse and trap, the pig swirl cart. Do you remember the shit cart? A Ford Poppy or a Morris 8 and you were really smart. Chicken once a year and cheese most every day. I just think it seems to have turned round the other way. And beer at 1 and 6 a pint, and skittles to be bold. And all the policemen seemed so very tall and old, because the scruffy boys with patchy pants were playing in the mud. And ooh, school dinners, mashed swede, semolina pud. Tin soldiers, blue bags, and the candles flame, when both the preacher and the doctor knew your name. Day trips to Skeggy and Western Supermare, and when there were steam engines or only outside of the fair. Morris men, maypoles, with ribbons working down, and when soccer was a sport and you got in for £0.50. Penny bangers, conker fights, Hornby 00, and when the dandy and the beano and Dan Dare had a go. When cars had starting handles and kept petrol cost 4 bob, and men were fighting hard for a 48-hour job. When doorsteps got scrubbed clean and people wore a smile. They were dreaming of Mount Everest and a 4-minute mile. Catwalks, steam organs, and vicars to get wet. The radio, the cat's whisker on your crystal set. Sexton Blake and Snowy, and Walter Gabriel too. These memories, well, they can go on forever. These are just a few. This is before we had electric, so we had no electric fire. Before we had a washing machine or a tumble dryer. Before we had mobility, because we hadn't got a car. You had to get there, you had to walk, and you hoped it wasn't far. Before we had a freezer, before the telephone, before we had word processing, but we didn't moan. Before we had a telly, but engineering feat, it opened a window on the world. But it closed the window on the street, it closed the door upon the street. Cock that up, didn't I?
Only the end.